All right, everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. This is my 1979 K20. It's going to be getting a body swap here, and I'll kind of briefly show you why. The spray foam that was holding the inner rocker together fell out yesterday. Just in really rough shape, and it came with the typical floor pan, inner and outer rocker, cab corner kit that you can get on eBay. Look at that, cab's touching the bed. Top of the bed's all beat up, floor's gone. It's actually, since I bought it, when I drove it on the trailer, I hit the ramps, and the cab on both sides, the front clip broke free of the cab. Look at that spray foam up in there. Hood's kinked. Collar's full of spray foam. You know, it's just all around bad news bears. This side's not really any better. Look at that flex. I mean, it's rotten all the way up to the body line. The bed's falling off of it. It is falling off the frame. So yeah, went to Arkansas about a month ago. Got a new body donor, a C10 long bed. So the funny thing about this truck is that these doors, even though they don't look like it because somebody went crazy with Krylon, oh, maybe not this door. I guess I didn't realize that. That door is a reproduction. Both of these fenders are reproductions, but then the hood's a pile of shit and the cab's a pile of shit. It was definitely a mud truck. Somebody had this is like a Telltale MSD screw footprint here. The foam's the cowl. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. So anyway, my donor cab is not perfect. It was $500. There's no title, but I was gonna leave this bed on because it's not in terrible condition, especially not for what I want to do, but it's not in great condition. So my donor bed, both corners are smashed. They backed it into shit like repeatedly. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna cut like the back 12 inches or so off and put it on my donor bed. And the main reason why I'm not gonna keep this one is because it's all like this here. I thought about swapping the bedside. I couldn't see this before. This says some bullshit on it. There's a sticker. Gamblers. Maybe it's a gambler truck. Who knows? Somebody tried to put lipstick on this thing. I kind of fell for it. Ironically, I'm pretty sure that this truck was originally, my new donor is buckskin and Santa Fe, but I think this truck was colonial yellow originally, which is a color I like. But yeah, like, no point in keeping that. So my goal for this weekend, because there's a bunch of nice parts here, or nice-ish, I don't need these obviously with the body donor, but I could put them on my C10 in there. So I have rust-free original, this truck's from Arkansas also, Little Rock. So Daryl is rust-free, and see, these doors are donor doors that I bought from a guy on Marketplace because they had everything in them, and I didn't want to put my doors that I gutted back together. But yeah, I cut a hole in that fender for the fender exit so I could use that. This fender's perfect, nothing wrong with it. Daryl's in good shape. So long story short, I want to use the best stuff. Christ's sakes, piece of shit Buick. Anyway, I want to use the best stuff on Daryl, and then the rest of it I'll either give away or throw away, depending on how good or bad it is when we get it apart. But my goal for this weekend is to at least get this down to a bare cab sitting on a frame. So I think this bed has dual tanks. I didn't look. think the bed has dual tanks, but the truck doesn't. I never put fuel in this. It's been so cold out since I got this truck that I haven't been able to work on it because my hands don't cooperate when it's that cold. But now it's warm. So I'm not gonna do like a bunch of torture tests on you guys. I'll probably put you up on a time lapse. But the goal is to climb in here and cut these bolts out, clean this bed out, lift it off, drive the truck out from under it, turn it around, get to taking the front clip off, and the doors. Like I said, I want to get it down to a bare cab at least, probably better. I got some upper doors to put on my General this weekend too, but like this hood's going in the scrap pile, the rest of that bed's going in the scrap pile. We'll see what's left. I'll probably leave the core support on. I don't know. Let's get to work. Not too bad. Probably got about 90 minutes into this. Before I drive out from under this bed, I opted not to cut the corners off. They were worse than I thought. But always people ask whenever I'm like getting rid of something, like, can I buy that? I'd like to have it. This is what it looks like. It's not as good as it appeared, which is why I opted to just punt the whole thing. Same with the cab. Like always, somebody on their couch is gonna be like, oh, I'd patch that. I can assure you, you would not. I don't know what this is about, but it is holding the cab up a little bit. That's nice touch. Some kind of body lift in there. I don't know, but I'm gonna fire this thing up, drive out from under it, and fill that bed with scrap to go to the scrap yard. And that's what we'll do with that. So I'll bring you guys back. All right, so we're into the next day. I'm gonna leave the core support on. Again, you can see why this guy's got to go. It's beyond any reasonable amount of patching effort. So bed's off, ready for a scrap heap. Hood's off, ready for a scrap heap. Fenders I'll save, doors we'll save. Body lift. The audacity of putting a body lift on this mess is hilarious to me. Look at that mount. I don't know what this is. It kind of fits the floor pretty nicely. But anyway, I'm ready for a break. I'm gonna go look at my other cab, and the column was like weird in the other cab. I'm gonna see what I need to salvage. I'm not gonna throw this out anyway. I definitely need to cut the floor. I have what's called a high hump here, and the other truck does not have that. But when I come back, I need to get the shifters out, unhook the linkage. There's not much to do from this point on to get the cab ready to go. I'll unbolt the booster from the firewall here, unbolt the column here, unhook the linkage there. The whole harness unplugs right here. That's kind of it. There's not a lot, like I said, there's not a lot to it. So I'll bring you guys back. I picked up a pair of pallet forks last night for the Bobcat, or bucket forks, clamp-on forks for the Bobcat. So clamp-on forks aren't ideal because they put your center of gravity way out, but they're better than no forks. So 80 bucks. I'm happy to have them. We'll come back to it. I'll bring you guys back. So, Sunday morning, as Johnny Cash said, cab came off. It wasn't exactly what I would call smooth. There are some things that I've uncovered that I think I'd like to address, as is typical with something like this. I think somebody dug this out of a field and made a mud truck out of it when they got their stimmy money. So one thing, weirdly, the frame's rusted right here. No particular reason why that would have done that, unless it sat with mud in it for a long time. The headers, the exhaust is welded straight to the headers. Not a fan of that. There is no bushing in this shift arm. I don't know what this is supposed to be. What else do we got here? What is this? Well, there's a lot of this. So I'm not gonna rush to drop the new body back on it. I'd like to power wash the drivetrain a little bit, clean some of this stuff up. I'm definitely going to take everything off, and from here back wear wheel the frame and paint it real quick, try to blow the crap off. Not doing, again, not a restoration, just a preservation. The lift will probably be less extreme once I get these stupid 3-inch parts out of here. I might have to weld up the mounts, we'll see. But that's all I'm gonna do for today. I'm gonna go and get the upper doors on my General so we can use it, and this will probably go back to sitting for 6-8 weeks while I get a set of headers, cut that off, patch that. Yeah, the weather's not going to continue to cooperate. I just had a rare spat of nice days that I'm trying to take advantage of. So I'm gonna get the Bobcat fired up and move this around to my scrap pile here, and I need to get the glass out of here. I don't know what else I'll need. This is a non-AC cab. My cab's an AC cab. My steering column here is okay. It's not great. I won't call it good. But the column in the donor truck's garbage. So I might tip this up and cut that out of there, because I couldn't get to the bolts that are holding it from the inside. I really want a tilt column. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna stick it over there. I'll bring you guys back when the frame's ready to be painted. I just use Rust-Oleum heavy rust primer. Always have. Works great for me. See no reason to get any fancier than that. So yeah, I'm gonna get to work. It's about noon on a Sunday. Like I said, probably last nice day I'll have for a little while, or last run of nice days. So it's February. I mean, it's February in Michigan. Let's get to work. There we have it. $12 worth of Rust-Oleum. I'll have to come in here and grind this to patch that and the other side. I love this paint though. It sticks, it dries like iron. The cat can't scratch it. It's very, very good, very durable. Top coat it with whatever you want. Way better than POR 15, because it just works. I brush it on sloppy as hell, and then I come through and I spray the top coat, which is usually semi-gloss black for me. I didn't concern myself with getting inside the frame rails or underneath right now. When the weather warms up, I'll sandblast it lightly enough to just knock the scale off. But it's probably gonna be like Easter before it's warm enough to do that again, to mess with it. But I wanted to get all this stuff. I'd really like to get the cab on it ASAP. So I wanted to get all the stuff that you can't see when the cab is on, that I can't reach. But the cab, mounting the cab will have some challenges. Mainly that it's a low hump and I need a high hump. I got a 4-wheel drive shifter and my Bobcat's way too herky-jerky to move it. But I have a solution for that you guys will see in a separate video. So I'm gonna go have some lunch with Peanut, who's getting old and slow and doesn't hang out anymore. So I'm gonna spend a little time with him on this Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And next time you see this thing, it'll probably be I don't know what it'll be. It'll be a little while. It'll just be sitting here for a while. That's how she goes, right? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on the Driveway Engineer.